When I tell people that I laugh over everything, a lot of people think maybe I joke or something. But that's just my nature. I love to laugh. That is it. If not, I wouldn't have brought videos like this again, because most at times I ended up not making 1 naira from those videos, except if I get people super thanks me. Like, I can even put a screenshot here. This was one of the video I put out yesterday, and I did not make any money because it was showing ad blah blah blah. That's to say, advertisers are not friendly with it, right? But I just need to address these people. These K-pop singers, those ones that have decided their vow that at the end of the day, they will not let Black American breathe. Anyways, I love the faffle they are getting right now, because now a lot of their music that is supposed to be selling out, that is supposed to be pushing out, that are supposed to be making more money, it is dragging backward. Now, let it make sense to me that you want to do your music and the only thing you can see is to use the N word just because you want to grab some certain people's attention. Who are the people? Black Americans, of course. It's so painful to these people that they cannot use the N word. A lot of them wish they can use the N word so that every single day they can just start screaming the N word. But because they know that they cannot use, so what they do now basically, especially these K-pop musicians, what they do basically is to drag Black American into it. And you know the annoying part is them coming to tell us that that was not what they meant. It's not, that's the part that is not clicking. That's the part that is not clicking. When we have already done all our research, when what you really meant was this. Please, I want you guys, with all sincerity, watch this video and let me know the exact words that you hear. Okay? The exact word. If it is the N word, just put it in the comment section, N word, because I don't want you to put that particular N word pronunciation because of YouTube, right? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Sonia. Subscribe, like, comment, and share. And credit belongs to original creators of every single clips and stitches we have in our today's episode. And guys, with that being said, let's watch this video and let's check the F around moment that they've gotten. Let's go watch. Educational papers.
K-pop stars are saying the N-word now, and now they're trying to gaslight us. I know you guys heard that, and they're trying to act like we don't hear what we hear. Before I prove to you guys that we're all hearing the same exact thing, let me show you how they're trying to gaslight us first. So I went on YouTube and turned on the captions just to see what it would say. As you guys can see, the caption says that they're saying neighbors, not the N-word. Let's say that isn't enough to convince you that they're not saying the N-word. They also put this video out.
All my neighbors wanna know, 내가 누군지 I'm gonna show.
So that's the same exact artist in the original music video of him saying that word, right? So in this video, you can clearly hear him saying neighbors. Personally, I feel like they're trying really hard to make us think that he's not saying the N-word right now, because I can imagine they're getting a lot of backlash right now. I just really want to get down to the bottom of this. So what I did was I screen recorded the song, I put it into CapCut, and I isolated the vocals, and tell me what you hear.
All my neighbors wanna know.
That is not what you said, my neighbor. Stop the cap. Stop the cap. So maybe some of you guys still aren't convinced. You know what I did next? You know how when we went and checked on YouTube to read the caption and it said neighbors? What if we just do the same thing in CapCut? Let's just have it read the transcript. Huh, that's weird. What does that say over there, my neighbor? Also, for anybody who thinks that I'm manipulating any of this, I urge you, just download that one piece of the song and just do the same exact thing that I did, and you'll see it for yourself. Now that we got that out of the way, the rapper who decided to use that word on his song also claims that he writes all of his lyrics. He also claims to be an avid listener of rap, so he should have a good understanding of what that word means in the Black community. This is sad because K-pop music is actually really good, but it just sucks how anti-Black it can get. Honestly, we could just bring up that one recent situation with Cat's Eyes where the one Black woman in that K-pop group keeps getting sidelined. Have y'all seen the music videos where somehow the choreography always had her hidden behind somebody? That just seems a little intentional to me. And now the K-pop star Manon Bannerman is on a hiatus to focus on her health and well-being. I wonder why that is. I'm just now finding out that there's a whole Netflix documentary on Cat's Eye, and for some reason it's looking like people are saying they're putting Manon in very bad lighting. From what I'm reading in the comment sections, it seems like they're trying to paint Manon as somebody who's lazy, which to me sounds like a stereotypical trope towards Black people. And also from what I'm reading, it seems like they're doing this on purpose to her because she became too popular. Let's go back to what we were talking about in the beginning of this video. Do y'all feel like he really said neighbors, or they're just gaslighting us? Also, happy Black History Month.
The K-pop industry needs to be put on timeout.
All my neighbors wanna know. All my neighbors wanna know.
Everybody want to know. All the people want to know. Those were right there. They literally could have gone with anything but the line they actually went with.
그렇게 뭔가 오해가 생길 줄 몰랐어요.
Whenever there's a conversation about racism in K-pop, it can get really frustrating because there's never any nuance in the comment section. If someone wants to bring up cultural appropriation in the context of hairstyles or fashion, those discussions are almost never productive because stans just automatically get super defensive and they live in their own reality. But this doesn't require any nuance. There's no like, oh, they're actually just appreciating the culture, or that actually means something different in Korean. That was blatant. Some people are pointing to the fact that the official lyrics say neighbor.
확실히 제가 쓴 게 맞습니다. 세게 약간 하는 느낌을 원했어요.
To the people that genuinely believe that, that rapper has no problem pronouncing the other English words in his lyrics. It's just that one, neighbors, which doesn't even like rhyme with what he said. That was a deliberate choice.
저는 이제 리듬 플로우랑 또 한국어적 의미만 저는 생각을 했었어요.
Maybe they thought it would stir up some controversy and they'd get some attention. And for what it's worth, I was not familiar with this group before this clip. But there's no real way to spin this. You know, there's no excuse. There's no ignorance. This was a very deliberate decision. And still, I'm seeing stuff like this in the comments.
속상하셨거나 좀 감정이 상하셨던 분들께는 저는 그 정도가 아니었지만 일단 죄송하다는 말씀 드리고 싶고요.
Concept of a K-pop group saying the N-word and then gaslighting people into thinking they did not say the N-word is so funny to me. I'm sorry. Okay, let's say that the guy actually did say neighbors, right? Okay, all my neighbors want to know. And now that lyric sounds stupid. No one's gonna look at that line and be like, well, a great bar was just dropped, okay? And what that shows me is that, okay, you were still going for a word that sounded adjacent to the N-word, okay? It still does not look good for you. You should not be trusted, okay? Okay, you didn't say the N-word, even though we are not deaf, we can definitely hear the N-word. Is that you wanted a word that sounded close to it because you feel like that adds some edge, that adds something. That is weird in my opinion. Neighbors. See, that did not sound like what that guy said in that song, okay? You can post whatever video on TikTok that y'all want of the guy clearly saying neighbor to deflect from the fact that he said the N-word in that song. I am buying it. This is supposed to be some type of marketing, guerrilla marketing. Oh, we're mad, we're gonna be marketing for you. Because my thing is, it's not like I'm seeing a lot of fans in the comments. Nobody knew who y'all were. And now you're gonna be known as the group that has the guy saying the N-word in it. Or is it two groups in one? I don't care. You're gonna be known as a group of people who have a guy in the group who says the N-word. That doesn't look good for you, okay?
We are 26 days into Black History Month, and now the K-pop group decides they want to play in our face. So Charco Entertainment K-pop group, whatever their name is, dropped a song. Gimme, gimme, gimme that, whatever they saying in the song. But in this song, they decide to say the N-word. You heard what I just said? In that song, they decide to say the N-word. Mind you, they're saying that they didn't say the N-word. They're saying that they said the word neighbor instead of the word, you already know the word. Matter of fact, look at this shit. Tell me what you hear. I want you to take your time and listen to that all over again and tell me what did you hear them say. Because what they're trying to say is that he said neighbor instead of the N-word. I'm gonna put that up again. Listen to it one more time. Listen. So Yi Chan, who is his name? The one who dropped the N-bomb. This is the same person that said he writes his own lyrics. This is the same person that said he's heavily influenced by rap music. And this is the same person that said he didn't say the N-word, he said neighbor. What did you just hear? I want to show you something else.
All my neighbors wanna know. I'm gonna show.
But again, this shit ain't nothing new. This is what they do. And on top of that, they steal from the culture. Where do they get the inspiration to make this music? From who? No credit, nothing. But you want to play in our faces on Black History Month. On Black History Month.
You man, if you didn't know, this is the group that one of their members said the N-word. Or my neighbors really know. I think it was one of these guys. These guys are getting a lot of backlash for it, and rightfully so. But then it just kind of made me think, what if Shinhwa was the group of today? I promise you, these guys would get absolutely crucified. Every other song that I've listened from these guys, they generally just drop the N-word for the fun of it. And I'm happy that people are keeping K-pop groups accountable for things that they shouldn't say. But I'm just thinking to myself, if these guys drop today, my word, these guys will get cancelled first day.
We need Black people in K-pop. We need Black people speaking Korean. We need Black people outside of the studio, running comms, running PR, running the whole overview process. Because why? Why is stuff like this always happening?
All my neighbors wanna know.
Between this and the Mano hiatus from Cat's Eye, you may think that it rhymes, but it sounds crazy. People are led to think, well, it's weird to even make that a lyric, so you had to do it to sound like Okay. 한국어를 어느 정도로 하는 사람으로서 너무너무 이해가 안 되고요. 실망했어요. 솔직히. Y'all need me, like.
Worst thing that white people have done. Okay, wait, that's a reach. Y'all, because y'all have done a lot of wait. One of the worst things that y'all have done, especially when it comes to rapping, is replacing the N-word with neighbor and making people think that it's okay to circumvent wanting to use a slur to neighbor because it sounds similar. Right? I'm gonna add the thing for the K-pop group. I don't know who they are. Literally just heard the song and I was intrigued because the gimme is so freaking catchy. But then all my neighbors want to know. And the way that he said it did not sound like no neighbors. The B in neighbor is not silent. It's not silent. But it's like you are trying to circumvent saying a slur. And it also means that you're not skilled enough to craft a narrative or write something more creative in which you don't have to find a certain substitute for a slur. You can't just make it like all my homies want to know, and even that it still sounds bad, but it's like you could just be talking about your friends, your homeboys, bro. All my neighbors, and it's Black History Month. Leave low key because I'm a woman, low key. My Black History Month is going all the way through April. All the way through April because it's Women's History Month and then Black Women's History Month. I'm gonna have a good time. It's still Black History Month for me, even when this month ends. But it's just like y'all have just been playing this entire month. Everyone, and the K-pop industry, y'all already done did it with Mano, and then you keep. I'm not gonna lie. These next like 2-3 months, cut off. I'm tired.
New method just dropped. So how long until y'all think people are just gonna walk around saying neighbors? Cause y'all already be in comment sections using the ninja emoji and saying YN like we don't know what the fuck y'all are saying. So how long until people just start just saying neighbors and being like, what? And then we call them out and they're gonna start gaslighting us. What? I didn't say it. I said neighbors. I didn't say it. I said neighbors. I give it this time next month. Why
are K-pop idols obsessed with saying the N-word?
All my niggas wanna know. All my niggas wanna know.
Like, girl, you're not about to sit here and tell me that you said neighbor. Even if you were just saying neighbor, when you got in the studio and recorded that, did no one play it back and be like, this sounds weird? And I saw people in the comments talking about, oh, he doesn't know, he didn't write it. When you play that back and you hear that, you know what that sounds like.
Y'all need to listen and listen good. If after listening to that MV and watching this that contains a response video, if y'all listen to both and decide that the creature did in fact say neighbors, do you. What you're not gonna do is gaslight everyone else into your brainwashed mentality. That's what you're not going to do. Believe what you want. And the reason why I'm saying believe what you want, because at the end of the day, if he actually came out and said, yes, I said that word, y'all will still defend him. So it doesn't matter whether he would admit to it or say that is not what I said, y'all will defend him either way. So do what you gotta do. Say what you gotta say to make yourself feel better about supporting this. I personally don't care. What you won't do is gaslight others into thinking like you, into leaning into this brainwashed mentality. I'm black and sit down on the floor because that's where they want you to be. That's where they want you to remain as they continue taking and taking and taking, and y'all keep eating it up. And in that same breath that they used to take and take and take, they will look the other way in the face of discrimination. I don't care what all this is saying. However, they're trying to twist it to make themselves feel better about it. I heard the word. And if he intentionally pronounced it to make it sound that way, I simply don't care because you know enough. The world is a global village. There's no excuse. If you are aware enough to tap from their culture, you are aware enough to know what is considered wrong. And let's say you actually did say neighbor. All my neighbors want to know. Talking about you wanted the lyrics to hit or the cadence or whatever you were saying. You're telling me that the only thing you could say to make it hit, to make the flow eat, to make you feel like you killed that line, the only word you could have used is neighbors? Why do y'all make excuses like we were born yesterday? Oh, I know why. It's for the people that wants to make themselves feel better about the whole thing. Guys, it's literally neighbor. The instrumental and the vocals on the background, that's why it sounds like please. Go tell that to 3-year-old Johnny. Good night.
I'm so tired of you guys defending this little new K-pop group. I don't know what y'all are on. But they said the N-word. I'm sorry. All my neighbors want to know. That's not what they said. All my neighbors want to... all my neighbors... No!
I'm getting irritated seeing these people, these clueless. No, they're not clueless. They know. I think they're trying to convince themselves. Mind you, two completely different words. I know you clearly hear the G's. You don't see no neighbors. It's a very long word. That was like, real quick. Like, what are you talking about? Is this Ragebait? Black History Month too, mind you. Black History Month. Guys.
My whole For You page is filled with that one K-pop guy talking about some all my niggas want to know. And then his fans are saying, oh no, he said neighbors. It's all my neighbors want to know. All your neighbors want to know what? That's not even a phrase. Like, all my neighbors want to know is not a thing that people say. You wanted to say niggas, but you couldn't. And then you put neighbors. And even when I hear the song, like, in one go, it sounds like niggas. I'm just talking too much. My face mask is coming off my face. I've been hearing it all day, and I'm like, I don't hear the neighbors. And, like, but I do. When you say, like, oh, he meant neighbors, I get it. But you know, and I know that you know that I know that you know, you wanted to say niggas. And you chose the next best thing. K-pop has never beaten the allegations. Like, we need to stop.
How do you black K-pop fans still support a lot of these K-pop idols? Because a lot of them, not all, but a lot of them are racist and like to steal cultures and not give credit. And then on top of that, we have a new group called Choco 1, Choco 2, blah, 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 blah. And in their first song, they said the N-word. Don't believe me? Play the clip. And then they're trying to say, like, no, he said neighbors, not niggas.
All my neighbors wanna know.
How slow do you think people are? Like, real talk, how slow do you think people are to not slow down a clip and do a comparison side by side and hear what you clearly said, and then your fan base trying to take up for you guys or cover you guys? There's no covering up. Like, what is y'all's obsession being racist? We had Tarzan. We had that freaking birthday party stream. We had Jenny. Y'all love some Jenny. Okay? What is y'all's obsession with stealing cultures and being racist? Like, what the fuck?
So Choco Entertainment decided to give their official statement about the lyrics used in their most recent song, and I just want to know, how do you guys feel about it? Did it change how you feel about it? Do you believe that this is true or accurate? I didn't want to give my opinion about the situation too soon because I don't like for my opinions to be run by emotions, so I really wanted to simmer on this and see what would happen. In my opinion, if he said neighbors, cool. But that does not mean that this song did not get run through processes to get approved to be released in the first place. And I don't care. There are English speakers on that team. Even if the idols themselves don't speak good English or know good English, there are English speakers on that team. That team had to be run through somebody else's ear, and they had to have known how it sounded. Do I feel this video takes a little less heat off of the members themselves? Yes. But again, it doesn't take heat off of the company, right? It doesn't take heat off the company. And I feel like this is just the clearest example of why music needs to be vetted. Like, it just needs to be vetted.
All my neighbors wanna know. 내가 누군지 I'm gonna show with my past because I'm a 사람보다 더. Yeah. All my neighbors wanna know. 내가 누군지 I'm gonna.
저는 그렇게 뭔가 오해가 생길 줄 몰랐습니다. 말 되겠죠? 확실히 제가 쓴 게 맞습니다. 약간 뭔가 이렇게 아무래도 벌써 시작이다 보니까 이게 약간 세게 약간 하는 느낌이 오셨어요. 그래서 다양한 가사들이나 이런 플로우들을 연구한 끝에 이제 나온 게 엄마 다르다르노 이건데, 이제 엄마 뒤에다가 뭐를 써야 될지 그 후보들이 많단 말이에요. 막 엄마 브라더스도 있었고 엄마 피플도 있었고 뭐 많았는데, 그래도 엄마 네이버스가 좀 더 찰져가지고 약간 발음이 이렇게 네이버스 이렇게 되잖아요. 이걸로 해야겠다 해가지고 이렇게 했는데 아이들을 혼자 녹음했었거든요. 들어보시면은 영어에서 그렇게 뭐라고 해야 되지? 안 쓰는 말인 줄 저는 잘 몰랐고요. 뭐 한국어로도 해석을 해보면은 약간 동네방네 다 소문낸다, 무슨 온 동네 사람들한테 다 소문내겠다, 약간 그런, 저는 이제 리듬 플로우랑 또 한국어적 의미만 저는 생각을 했었습니다. 속상하셨거나 좀 감정이 상하셨던 분들께는 저는 그런 의도가 아니었지만 일단 죄송하다는 말씀 드리고 싶고요. 절대 그 단어를 쓴 게 아니니까 그래도 노래는 많이 들어주셨으면 좋겠습니다.
Well, literally, and here's my thing, right? You gave an apology. Go back into that booth then and change those lines. Sorry, go back into that booth and change those lines. Because you can't give an apology and still use those words. Like, what? Like, you can't give an apology and still use those lines. Like, what the hell? Do you know how easy it is to actually change it? Everybody want to know, or my people want to know. Go back into that booth. Like, don't irritate me. And this is my thing. Personally, in my opinion, I feel like they use this for black outrage so they can get more noise about this song. Sorry, like you're physically gonna sit down here and tell me that, oh yeah, everyone listened to it and not one person was like, this sounds like you're singing slow. This sounds a bit booky. Like nobody. Like I feel like their intent was to get people to talk about it. That's generally my own opinion. I felt their intent was to generally get people to talk about it so that it gets more noise and attraction. And it's kind of annoying that they did that.
K-pop is having an identity crisis, and that's how we got things like this. This very mid group just said the N-word in a song and tried to pass it off as saying neighbors instead of... And I don't want to hear that it was just an accident, which infantilizes Asian artists and their Asian management. Because how can you be so plugged into Black music and aesthetics and culture and not understand that that word is the worst thing that a non-Black person could possibly say? It's intentional. It is Ragebait. And it's making me absolutely sick that in America, in Britain, and now in Korea, during this Black History Month, there has been this normalization of saying that word, having some kind of explanation for it, monetizing and capitalizing off of Black outrage, and then simply moving on, and then the next person doing it again. Now, Korea and all of Asia has their own musical traditions, rich enough that we don't need to be stealing from anybody. There's a Korean musical style called pansori that sounds completely different than anything else in the region, that the movie K-pop Demon Hunters actually borrowed from in one of the opening sequences. Other Asian cultures, I'm thinking specifically Indian culture, has managed to bring their traditional sounds into the modern era. I'm thinking a lot of Bollywood songs here in a way that is uniquely theirs. And another example from South Asia, Zayn Malik. He's Pakistani and British, and he was seasoning the One Direction songs he was singing. And he brought Pakistani sounds into his own music after he went solo. Korean music is capable of this too. And if they still wanted to pay homage to Black music, they could inhabit their own sound for a while and then incorporate some beats and rhythms from Black music. But right now, most of K-pop is Korean and Asian people cosplaying white Americans who are cosplaying Black Americans. This is not only not interesting a lot of the time, but as we can see here, it's actually really harmful. What is the thing that people always say about therapy? Like, you need to love yourself before you can love anybody else. Please know who you are before you start imitating people whose culture you're not a part of. I'm really not okay with what's been happening the last couple weeks of Black History Month with people just saying the N-word, even if they don't mean it, and then not apologizing. I'm upset that my East Asian community is a part of that harm now. Has been. And it's still Lunar New Year, so we can just put ourselves in rice now.
Anyways, welcome back, guys. And be honest with me in the comment section. What did you literally hear in the comment section? Because I know what I heard clearly. And this is not actually the first time of these K-pop musicians doing that, okay? They just love to play with the N-word. They just love to make it make sense that if they don't put those N-words in some of the things they are doing, it's not going to make sense. In fact, these people have literally come. There was a certain time I particularly saw a video going on my FYP where they literally said most of the culture that Black Americans exhibit are from K-pops when it comes to music. And I was like, are you okay? Black Americans are the people that create all of this. These are people who don't get a lot of information before you come here and say any trash you want to say. Please, what did you hear in the comment section? Because the most annoying part is them gaslighting us and make it look like they're talking about all my neighbors want to know. Okay, now let's talk about, let's agree that what they said is all my neighbors want to know. So now, what is in that neighbor that is relating to want to know? What did the neighbors want to know? What did the neighbors want to know? These people have good music, but they are using their hand to shut down their business one after the other. They are using their hand to go out of market because as it stands now, Black Americans will not be patronizing them. They will be boycotting K-pops. That's the truth. And not only because of that, other countries as well will also be boycotting them because these people are racist and it's not making sense. I'm not saying you should not sing your music. I'm not saying that you should not be doing your profession. Yes, you're a musician. But must you inculcate or make it look like if you don't talk about Black Americans, you're not going to have peace of mind? Why? Must you always drag them to your problem? Must you always drag them to your music? Must you always drag them to your daily activities? I can tell you for a whole fact, a lot of white people are just looking for the opportunity for people to just say for N-word to be legalized. That's what I want to say. They just can't wait for N-words to be legalized so that they can literally use it. Like they're so eager to use it. They're so eager to scream it out. They're so eager to use it on Black Americans, Black people. They can't wait. That is why I get them so pissed off and they do videos like, why is it that Black Americans are permitted to use the N-word, blah, 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 and we are not permitted? Paying them to that point. Why is it that Black Americans are permitted to say it, but we are not permitted? If you go through every single thing that Black Americans have been through and why the N-word is being thrown out of the box, will you as an individual accept that? Now, this is what I want with all sincerity, right? I like it when people are playing. Now they've used this N-word in their music. The simplest thing they would have just done, and of which we know the harm has already been done and you cannot change anything, but the simplest thing that they would have just done is to just come apologize. Oh, we used it based on the lyrics we are going with, but we are sorry. We don't mean it the way you think it. It's as simple as that. Black Americans are nice people. Black Americans are people that forget easily. They're people that forgive. By now, we wouldn't be here boycotting and discussing all of this. But the fact that you knew what you did, you're not owing up to it, you're still making it look as if you are right, is where the problem is coming from. You're making it look as if what we heard is not. You even went to the point of filming a separate video for the video of blah, 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 and then you're putting the lyrics of All My Neighbors Wanna Know. Anybody that listens to that song is not deaf. The person will know that this is exactly what you want. And that is why the backlash they're getting now is getting worse every single day. Because they still keep to denying the fact that we knew what we heard. We knew what we heard. So now, even if you apologize, Black people are not going to receive it the way they are supposed to receive it. Because you've lied on different occasions, going to different distance of proving a point, knowing fully well that this was actually what you say. I am sorry is not difficult, honestly. I am sorry and thank you. You say these two things. I don't know how it's so difficult for people to use that. It's so difficult for people to say, I am sorry, to own up to their wrongdoing, to own up to what they knew that, okay, this thing we did is wrong. Can we just own up to it, hit our chest and come out and be like, I wronged you. I'm sorry. It's not that hard. But trying to make it look like maybe Black Americans are not hearing the right thing, that is where the thing is not clicking. Trying to make it look like we don't have ears. You have ears more than us. Or you listen better more than us. Or we don't speak English better. Is what is not clicking and is what is not making sense. A lot of people have started boycotting them. So they are losing. They are running out of business. And that's what they choose for themselves. The earlier we respect each other, the better for each and every one of us. Guys, let me know what you think in the comment section. Credits belong to the original creators of every single clips and stitches we have in our today's episode. And for disclaimers, this is just for educational purposes only, not to come here defame or make anyone feel uncomfortable. And I want to say a very big thank you to every single one of you liking, commenting, sharing, dropping super thanks, joining my membership. I appreciate you guys. I do not take you guys for granted. And thank you so much for staying stick and hook with me to the end of this video. And yes, guys, with that being said, with no further ado, I do like I always say in my videos, I'm going to be saying bye and I'll see you guys in my next one. For now, bye guys. I love you guys. Mwah.